A very good evening and welcome to this week's last edition of Primetime News. I'm Michael Madimba. We'd like to apologize to our viewers for the two-day break we had. This was due to circumstances beyond our control. We are glad to be back. In our first story tonight, in a gesture that will go towards fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, the German embassy in Namibia on Thursday donated personal protective equipment valued at close to 753,000 Namibian dollars. Erasmus Shalihakwe compiled this report.
So far, the German government has spent about 190 million Namibian dollars in helping the Namibian government in its fight against COVID-19 since the pandemic broke out last year, and it will continue this support. Head of Cooperation at the German Embassy, Gabriel Geyer, has said during the handover ceremony. She said the support to the ministry is to strengthen the agri-food sector and to improve the livelihoods of communal smallhold farmers, men and women alike, noting that the challenges and vulnerabilities are manifold and interlinked, but COVID-19 comes to the top of other challenges. The executive director in the ministry, Percy Misika, said the agriculture sector remains central to the lives of the majority of the Namibian population, as the sector directly or indirectly supports over 70% of the country's inhabitants for sustenance, income and livelihoods, but it is facing various challenges. The challenges, Misika said, including changing climatic patterns, low and erratic rainfall, poor soil fertility and lack of well-adapted agricultural technologies, the occurrence of new crop pests which are not endemic to the region, such as fall armyworms, African red locust and reoccurring foot and mouth diseases, further curb agricultural production and severely impair the development of the sector.
In efforts to safeguard the health of children living with HIV Aids, the Ministry of Health and Social Services is rolling out a more effective medicine for children between the ages of 4 weeks to 5 years. Maria Kanjungu compiled this report.
A press statement issued by the ministry on Wednesday says that it has started rolling out the new medicine called pediatric dolutegravir in July 2021. The statement highlights that by the end of June 2021, Namibia had about 183,576 people enrolled for the HIV and AIDS treatment. Of this, 724 are children between the age of 4. Until recently, dolutegravir was only used for the older population and was not available for young children as the medicine did not come in smaller doses. The version is now available, which provides the right treatment for young children between 4 weeks up to 5-year-olds, the statement reads, adding that with the new medicine, Namibia will transition from the lopinavir granules formulation, which is currently given to children, to which has proven to be more effective in suppressing the viral load in children living with HIV and AIDS. The ministry is currently in the process of finalizing the logistics to ensure that the medication is accessible countrywide. Josephine Simeon, Namco News.
26 top performing students at the Namibia College of Open Learning, Namco, were on Thursday rewarded for the 2020 academic year. Geraldine Kaveyanja was at the event and compiled this report.
Speaking at the ceremony, Namco Director Dr. Harold Morangi said he was honored to reward students for the hard work under difficult circumstances under the COVID-19 pandemic. He explained this type of event was suspended last year due to COVID-19 regulations, restrictions and lockdowns which affected our students, trainees and learners in multiple ways, reinforcing inequalities and putting them under social and psychological stress. The director added that the awards should serve as motivation and inspiration to learners countrywide. Morangi urged them to always strive for what they aim for and never give up, adding that they made it to the top. The top pupils were rewarded with rewards such as prize money, certificates and digital gadgets. The overall top performer, Peter Kafuro from Kavango West, walked away with 14,000 Namibian dollars and a Samsung tablet. Amanda Chiadzwa from Commerce came in second place and received 3,000 Namibian dollars as well as a Samsung tablet. Other top performing students also walked away with prizes.
The Ministry of Health and Social Services has allayed fears and assured Namibians that the coronavirus COVID-19 vaccines, which are being administered in the country, are not part of the fake vaccines that the World Health Organization recalled earlier this week. Suzette Chitaura compiled this report.
The World Health Organization on Tuesday issued a medical alert referring to the fake Covishield COVID-19 vaccine doses being reported in Southeast Asia and Africa. The WHO said that the fake vaccine shots were reported to it in July and August, adding that the Covishield manufacturer Serum Institute of India had confirmed that the products listed in the alert are fake. WHO called on the removal of such vaccine from circular, citing that it poses a serious risk to global public health. Executive Director in the Ministry of Health and Social Services Ben Nangobe, in a media statement issued on Thursday, said all consignment of COVID-19 vaccine bench numbers received in Namibia have been verified. He added that the ministry can confirm that none of the vaccines in the country are among the falsified bench numbers reported by WHO. Nangobe added that the ministry is in constant contact with WHO office in Namibia to share relevant information related to matters of health at national, regional, continental and global levels. Namibia is currently administering only 2 COVID-19 vaccines, namely the AstraZeneca and Sinopharm vaccines.
Stand by for your top roundup. Shifting our attention to the world of business and economics. Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Bisi Uirab on Thursday stressed that the Chamber will continue playing a leading role in working closely with other sectoral bodies to unify and address issues that affect Namibian businesses.
The process of formulating the strategic plan gave the Chamber the opportunity to take stock of past successes and challenges so it can determine its vision and goals, particularly in light of current challenges, and to put forward strategies for development not only in response to changing needs but also as an active and participating agent of change and economic growth, Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Bisi Uirab has said. The NCCI president noted that the government has been quite responsive to introducing practical immediate measures to weather the current economic turmoil. However, mid to long-term support measures that address the key hurdles bearing the re-emergence of the vibrant SME sector also needs to be considered. In response, Gengop said he is looking forward to working with the private sector to enhance economic growth and to implement state policy so that the problem of inequality and race discrimination can be addressed. He added that the private sector and the government must instill hope in Namibia to fight poverty by creating job opportunities even during these challenging times. Josephine Simeon, Namco News.
SALLAM and SANTAM on Thursday threw their weight in support of the Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry's COVID-19 initiative with a sponsorship of $250,000 Namibian dollars each, bringing their combined contribution to $500,000 Namibian dollars. Uwakutura Kambayekwa compiled the story.
The sponsorship forms part of the NCCI's COVID-19 initiative, which has seen several private sector's companies join hands to support the government's effort in the fight against the pandemic in the country. SALLAM's marketing and communications manager, Hilaria Gregg, stated that the donation comes as a response to the call by NCCI for private sector companies to join the initiative, adding that both SALLAM and SANTAM came together and will contribute towards the construction of temporary medical facilities and supply medical equipment. SALLAM Group Chief Executive Officer Tertius Tiers was quoted in the statement stating that there has never been a pivotal time for stakeholders to unify with a common goal than now. Echoing the same sentiment, SANTAM Chief Executive Officer Franco Ferris noted that humanity is one of the pillars that forms part of SANTAM's values. Josephine Simeon, Namco News.
The economics roundup is up next, followed by an ad break.
Welcome wherever you are on planet football.
You can go anywhere in the world, but nobody feels football like we do.
And they dare to sing.
It's a rhythm.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Football.
La football.
Soccer. 1, 2.
That moves us.
Salah to settle in. There's no feeling like that feeling.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
Nothing compares to DSTV's unbeatable football offering. So stay connected to watch the best football on the planet.
We've come to the end of our top segment. Kindly stand by for your sports update with my colleague Selima Shimwefelini.
Thank you, Michael. Good evening and welcome to Sport Planet. Our first story comes from Nairobi, Kenya, where dominance was the theme of the day as Namibia's sprint queens Christine Boma and Beatrice Masilingi outpaced their competitors in their respective qualification slots in the 200-meter event.
A few moments earlier, Mboma had secured the championship record by running a time of 22.41 seconds. Compatriot Masilingi, who ran an impressive time of 22.19 seconds in the Under-20 Athletics Championships currently underway in Nairobi, Kenya, trimmed this record even further.
I'm really happy with my performance and I'm just happy to be here and competing with the world's best.
How do you think is your chances for the final?
Well, I'm just going to go out there tomorrow and just give my ultimate best and just see what goes on.
The athletes went separate heats for the qualification and both are now at the cusp of medal glory.
Yes, obviously we really don't plan on running for records. We just plan on running our best and our best races. As far as the girls, this is the race for them. All I need is a silver and a gold. They can decide who's going to take it. But who's going to be silver and who's going to be gold. But I think we're going to have a great race. Beatrice is in great form. Beatrice looks really strong. But you know, Christine, if the tough race is on, Christine is on. So I think we're gonna see a shocker, and hopefully also maybe below 22s. That's what we are aiming for.
The athletes, still riding on the crest of a wave, are set to compete in the 200 final event tomorrow at 1800 hours.
Moving on to football, the Namibia Football Association Secretary General, Franco Cosmos, has urged local football clubs to prepare for the resumption of the Transitional League to start in due course. Erasmus Shaliahwe compiled this report.
Cosmos, in a media statement issued on Thursday, said the NFA Executive Committee resolved at its quarterly meeting held on 13 and 14 August 2021 that the league and the MTC NFA Cup competition will resume as per the government's directives under the COVID-19 protocols for contact sports. Cosmos further stressed that members are urged to inform their members to resume with preparations as the amended NFA activity calendar will be shared to them after consultations with external stakeholders. The league was earlier this year abruptly disrupted when contact sport was suspended due to the outbreak of COVID-19 in the country.
Your sports roundup is up next.
GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. See, James has always watched football wherever he can. Sometimes it got awkward. It was never really comfortable. And finding a good place to watch became more and more difficult, not to mention costly. Traveling for his games took its toll on James until he discovered something big. Now that James has GoTV, he can finally enjoy the perks of home ground advantage. Good for you, James. Get home ground advantage with GoTV. With superstar players competing in the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions, you'll be spoiled for football choice. So get and stay connected to GoTV for the best football season yet. GoTV. Love it.
And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's bulletin. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell. From myself, Salima Shumwefeleni, and the entire production crew behind the scenes, it's good night.